Hey witches, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Wheel of the Year, what it is, the Sabbats, and a brief description of each of those Sabbats. So if you're interested in learning about the Wheel of the Year, stay tuned. So the Wheel of the Year is an annual cycle or calendar of seasonal festivities or sacred holidays, if you'd wish to call them that. It consists of 8 Sabbats that resonate with the Earth's seasons. They correspond with the 4 solar Earth days, so 2 solstices and 2 equinoxes, as well as 4 of those midpoints to those solar Earth days, which are called midpoints or cross-quarter days. So the Wheel of the Year has been celebrated for decades, kind of starting by the Celts and slowly moving into today's pagan, Wiccan religions and polytheist religions or paths. So now we'll jump right into the Sabbats. So these are the seasonal holidays or festivities. I'll put a photo right here of a classic Wheel of the Year, and we're gonna start at Samhain. So traditionally, a pagan's new year begins at Samhain, which is also known as the first Sabbat, and what you guys probably know it as Halloween. Samhain falls on October 31st of every year and is the third and final harvest of the season. So this is the time in mythology where the goddess enters the underworld, everything is dying off and getting ready to go into darkness. The harvest is over and everybody is preparing their supplies for winter, their food, their pelts, their furs, their grains, their fruits, their vegetables, their cannings, everything like that is preparing for the long winter ahead of them. So it's the time of darkness where the world starts to go to sleep and the nights start to get longer and the days start to get shorter. So this is also the night where the veil between the spirit world and our world is at its thinnest, meaning it's very easily connected to spirit. You can connect to the spirit world, to the dead very easily, and it's the best time to honor your ancestors, and that's a big part of Samhain. But like I said, I'm going to do a video on each Sabbat really in depth, so this is just a quick brief override of Samhain. So when you think of Samhain, you can think of pumpkins, black cats, the colors orange and black, harvest season, just your basic October evening. So as the wheel turns and the seasons move on, the next Sabbat we have is Yule. Yule, or Yuletide, some people refer to it as, lays somewhere between December 20th and December 23rd. So Yule is the winter solstice, and it is the shortest day of the year and the longest night. Yule in mythology is the night of the womb and the time the goddess gives birth to the sun, as in sun. It is the celebration of the return in light and darkness, looking forward to longer days. The longer nights are over, longer days are yet to come, and bringing back the sun. Yule can be visualized by Yule trees, known as Christmas trees, Yule logs like fires, the colors red, green, and silver, gold, ornaments, elves, things like that. Turning the wheel again, we come to Imbolc, which means in the belly. Imbolc usually falls on or between February 2nd. So this is the Sabbat that celebrates the return of life. So the sheeps are lactating, the seedlings are starting to grow and sprout. Depending on where you live, it might still be snowy, and the snow is starting to melt away, and everything's just starting to slowly come back to life after the long winter season. It is a celebration that spring is coming and on its way, and you made it through the cold, harsh winter months. So Imbolc can be visualized by frosted grass, seedlings, candles, sheep, and just kind of a blue, dewy spring. So the wheel turns, and the next Sabbat that comes is Ostara. So this Sabbat, Ostara, is the day where night and day are in perfect balance, and it is also known as the vernal or spring equinox. So this Sabbat falls between the 19th and the 22nd of March. This is when the goddess emerges from the earth and returns to life. So Ostara is when the earth starts to soften, you start to see sprouts of seedlings coming through the ground, flowers, grass, the rain falls. There's usually lots of rainfall during this season, and the earthworms start to pop up, the birds are coming out, and everything is coming back to life. Ostara can be visualized by bunnies, chicks, flowers, spring pastel colors, and bright green grass. So the next turn on the wheel is Beltane, which usually falls on May 1st, known as May Day. Beltane celebrates the peak of spring and the celebration of the coming of summer. All life is bursting with potent fertility and passion, and the fire festivals begin. So Beltane is when the days start to lengthen and the sun begins its journey upon the earth. So Beltane can be visualized by the maypole, bells, ribbon, bonfires, flowers, and very colorful bright reds, blues, greens, and yellows. So turning the wheel, the next Sabbath we have to appear is Lissa, the summer solstice, and this usually falls between the 19th and 23rd of June. Lissa is the longest day and shortest night of the year. The goddess is now full and pregnant, thanks to Beltane, with her child, and the sun god is at his highest energy. The earth is blooming with color, animals, plants, and energy. So, like I said, this is the longest day of the year, meaning there's that little whisper in the background, meaning that the darkness will start to come again, the days will grow shorter, the nights will grow longer. Lissa can be visualized by flowers, the sun, fairies, oak trees, bees, and bonfires. So as the wheel turns again, the next Sabbath is Lamaze, also known as Lamaze. This Sabbath falls on August 1st. So this is the time of year when the goddess has produced her first harvest of the year. So this is the celebration of the first grain harvest, and it's the time of gathering and giving thanks and celebrating in abundance. It's a time of laughter, sharing, giving, dancing, and singing. Although, laying in the back of everyone's mind is that the first harvest is now over, and soon the energy shifts and the active growth is starting to slow down and the sun is starting to slowly leave. Lamaze can be visualized by the sun, grains, corn, wheat, harvest, and sheep and greenery. So, turning the wheel one last time, we have the next Sabbath, which is Mabon. So, Mabon falls somewhere between the 21st and 24th of October and is the second of the third harvest of the season. So, the goddess is radiant as the harvest queen, and the god dies with the pure love of cutting the last grain, but don't worry, he will return again. And again, this is the time of year where night and day are perfectly equal and in balance. But after today, the darkness will start to defeat the light and the nights are going to get longer. So the second harvest is a celebration of the fruit and vegetable harvest and giving thanks. So at this time we will enjoy an abundance of fruits and vegetables, as well as giving thanks to the sun god for providing them to us. So now this is the time to start preparing for winter, as the third and final harvest is coming. So Mabon can be visualized by cornucopias, corn, harvest, apples, changing of the season, so like the brown leaves and the orange leaves, and just kind of October and September scenery. So again, the wheel keeps turning and you're back to the first Sabbath, which was Samhain, which was the third and final harvest. And the wheel keeps turning as the years go on, the seasons keep changing, the wheel will never stop. The Wheel of the Year is a beautiful display of each season, giving thanks to each holiday and seasonal festivity. And the Wheel of the Year, each Sabbath always gives thanks in its own personal way, which is always so beautiful. You're giving thanks to the earth in a natural way. So like I said, I'm going to be doing a video on each Sabbath when it comes up. So of course, it is January, what is today? January 13th, so the next season coming up is going to be Imbolc. So my next video of the Wheel of the Year is going to be a whole video dedicated to Imbolc, everything corresponding to it. And I will try to get these videos out a couple weeks before each Sabbath, so you have time to prepare your altars, prepare your activities, festivities, decorating, anything like that. And this was just a quick overview of the Wheel of the Year, trying to explain to it to some of the beginner witches who would love to learn and celebrate the seasonal festivities with that calendar of holidays. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Witchy Tips, and follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. I'm doing a giveaway right now and there's only going to be a couple days left if you're watching this when I upload. So go over there and subscribe, please. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Blessed be.